Hey everybody, Austin Sulli here, coming to you from Chattanooga, Tennessee, in the beautiful mountains that we have right outside our home base factory. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about tires today, different selections that I make based on courses, what kind of tire pressure I like to run. We're going to do a little sealant refresh session. Let's get started. When I'm looking at a course, trying to pick my tires, I kind of pay attention to what type of gravel we're having. Here in East Tennessee, we have a lot of embedded rock, so big boulders that are kind of firmly rooted in the ground, and then a little bit of loose stuff on top. So oftentimes something with more volume is what I will choose riding around here. So kind of a 43, 45C. I try to pay attention to how much climbing there is, how much descending there is, how much pavement there is, or off-road. Some of the BWR courses have a lot of pavement, which might have me lead towards a more smoother tire. Like this Gravel King SS 43 that I have right here. In the past, I've run a 38 at BWR Asheville. Last year, I think I ran the same tires I ran at Unbound, which were some Terravale Cannonballs. I think I ran a 43 in the front, 42 maybe, and a 38 in the back. I like those tires when there's a little bit more kind of loose kitty litter rock on a hard surface, as they seem to bite a little bit better. And in regards to tire pressure, which is a very contentious issue in the gravel racing scene right now, I tend to run between 30 and 35 PSI. Again, kind of looking at a course and determining if it's going to have a lot of pavement, I might go a little bit higher. If it's got more off-road or even some single track like BWR and Asheville, and some of the ones out west also have some single track, that might dictate me towards the lower end of my scale, just to give myself some more grip in the single track and banking turns. If it's got a lot of rougher roads, then I might run something with more knobs, just as it gives me a little more grip. If you're expecting some sort of rain or water, then you're gonna kind of look towards a file tread, at least I tend to, something with smaller logs, smaller nubs that do not grab as much mud and hold on to it. You want something that kind of clears the mud out quickly, so that it is not packing into your frame. All right, yeah, moving on to like sealant, right? A lot of people are new to tubeless or don't have a ton of experience with it. Tubeless tires are pretty much the best thing ever. There's no tube inside of here. Just a lot of usually a latex-based sealant that when a puncture occurs, the sealant gets squeezed out from the tire pressure and coagulates and forms a block in that hole up to a certain size. The thing about sealant though is that it does tend to dry out. So if your tires or your bike has been sitting through most of the winter or has gone through a couple months of not having seen a ton of use, one thing that I'll do is double check if I can still hear the liquid floating around in the tire. I can hear a good bit of sealant in there, which is good because I just refreshed it the other day. Our gravel tires from the factory ship with about 2 ounces of sealant, which is about the size of a little bottle. Pretty much every bike shop will carry a couple different kinds of sealant. This is a bottle of Stan's. It is a 2-ounce bottle, pretty good size for refreshing. The other thing you're going to need is some sort of a valve core remover. You'll need a pump as well afterwards to fill it back up. But we'll start out by just letting out all of our air, which at some point you can go ahead and slide your valve core mover onto your valve core and unscrew righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. There we go. That is a valve core. Next, you'll grab your bottle of sealant. They make these bottles super convenient. They're really easy to add sealant through the valve. And I'll just squeeze it in, and there we go. We'll grab our valve core, we'll pop it back into the valve, and we'll spin it back on righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. And we're all good.